Good morning and hope you all have been well. In today's video, we are going to be continuing on with our Pokemon Reborn Let's Play, and this is part 73 of the Let's Play, just to let you guys know. So I guess with that, we shall continue on. And for today's episode, just to let you know, we will be going after Celebi. So let's go on ahead and talk to Simon here. Hello Alon. Like many of the others here, I've decided to make good on the forgiveness that's been offered to me and show up to see what help can be offered in the aftermath of my former associates' poor choices. Well, and mine too. Let's focus on business. Apparently a boy in a gate city was going for a swim in the creeks throughout the town and found something. A portal hidden underwater below the city. I believe it's the place that Lynn took that sacred stone from. No sign of any anomalies yet, and fortunately the kid had good senses to not explore further, but someone's gonna need to go check that out. It's even possible that the stone itself will somehow turn up, as its whereabouts have been unknown since Lynn had it. Should I mark you down that you're on the case? Yes. Copy that. Best of luck out there. And might I say, it's good to be on the same side as you rather than against. Cool. So I guess with that, let's go on ahead and go to a gate then. I believe it's right here. Yes, it is. I believe we are going to want to surf here. Down here. And I believe it should be in here. Yeah, here we go. Oh, that's pretty neat. So the new world is underwater. Well, I guess to be fair, since Lynn is pretty much God, or has the powers of God, she's able to make the new world look underwater. That's really neat. I like that. So I guess we just keep looking around until we find something. Oh, I guess I don't have a repel up. I thought I did. My bad. Let me get that real quick. There we go. So there's gotta be something. Oh, here we go. So I guess we just kind of run around here then until we find, I guess, the next portal. Oh, there's a Z cell here. I've actually decided not to pick those up for the time being. So I know I brought it up on, I think, a couple of these Reborn postgame videos. I don't think anybody really made any comments on it, unless I'm being forgetful, which is very possible. But either way, I don't really expect people to really watch most of the videos because they are pretty long videos. But anyways though, I've talked about making a video dedicated to going after all of them. I believe a viewer was kind enough to let me know that we need to get at least 50 for the Zygarde. So once we are able to get 50, I guess, and what was I gonna say? Let me backtrack a little bit. If I'm not mistaken, we need 50 total for it, or something like that. I have to go back and, oh well, I guess this is where we need to go. But before I forget, we need 50 for Zygarde, something like that, and I thought that it would be a good idea to make a video dedicated to going back to the different worlds and obtaining all of the 50. I believe there's more than 50 from what I read from the guide, but you need at least 50. And I guess if you get more than 50, there's some benefits for that, I guess? Question mark? I'm not really sure, but I'm not really gonna worry too much about it unless it's something beyond amazing. But yeah, before we go after Zygarde, I feel that it is probably wise to make a video like that. I'm not really sure if people have already done like tutorial videos. I guess that's just where another one is. I guess we can't get on that. But like I was saying, there probably are videos out there that have already done that already. But I don't know. I thought I would do that as well, maybe to help out people. Okay, so that's just where another one is then. But again, it'll probably be a little while before we get into that. I probably will go after all of the Z crystals, or Z crystals, Z cells, sorry. We'll get into that once we get into... Let me wait on Lynn for a second. God, I forgot what I was saying. I think I was pretty much saying that we'll be doing that probably right before we go after Zygarde, so yeah, might be sooner, we'll see what happens, but at some given point we will make a video dedicated to getting at least 50 of them. I don't think we can even get all 70 anyways, but I'll have to reread all of that and then go from there. You know, adults always say you should put things back where you found them, but what if where you found them wasn't where they belonged in the first place? Leave it to the adults to not think about anything through. I read that wrong, sorry. People get old so quickly they don't realize when they lost touch with reality, but us kids have a better sense of these things, you know. We haven't gotten lost yet, so we see things like they are. That's just science. Why else do you think I would have had to take on such a boring personality when I was pretending to be one? That's just how you talk to adults. Everyone knows it. But you probably won't be satisfied by that, huh? Someone out there will be like, how dare Lynn not return the relic stone that I definitely personally care about and have a personal attachment to. What I do with the relic stone is none of their business. You remember, right? The relic stone from a gate, very powerful. Of course you do. It was such an integral part of the story and plot. Lol, I'm kidding. It's just a stupid rock. We have tons of those around here. Look, here's one. And there's one over there. And who says I'm not generous? Always, always. Also, you might want this. Oh, thanks, Lynn. I see a moldy onion up there. You can use that to wash your hands after you throw it away. Proper hygiene is important, or so the adults say. They're really out of control, huh? Big bro moment. So I assume we can't really grab that then. This Pokemon looks very weak. Maybe you should give it some water. Yeah, sure. Alon gently poured a bottle of water over the sickly Pokemon. I don't think that's wise. I think you should allow it to drink the water, not just pour it on it, but maybe because it's a grass type that may benefit it. I don't see why it would though, but who knows. The Pokemon still looks weak, but it is able to move on its own. It looks like it wants to show you something. I guess we'll follow it. Oh. Hey, Taka. There appears to be something nearby that sickly Pokemon wants you to see. I guess we talk to Taka then. Alon, I didn't expect to see you again. I just figured you'd leave and, go stand at the mountain's peak, I guess. Isn't that what champions usually do? It's good to see you again, though I've not really spoken to anyone since. You know, everything. I'm just up here reflecting. Did you know there used to be a temple to Arceus here before they built a league? Father mentioned it a few times. His father ran it, so he spent a lot of time here as a kid. It was already gone by the time I was born, though, and he only mentioned it a few times. He didn't like talking about his parents. They must have been intense. Probably best I never got to them. I doubt Saurus would even want them to see how I turned out. Wait a minute. A Pokemon. I read that wrong. Wait a minute. That Pokemon over there, the one just staring at us, that's a Celebi, a legendary Pokemon. It looks pretty rough though, like it's sick. We need to help it. We can't let it. Too many bad things have happened on this mountain already, but why did it come here? I know a bit about legendary Pokemon, but only what I read in Father's books. Apparently Grandfather was an expert on medicine and legendary Pokemon, and we kept some of his books. Wait, Celebi can travel through time, right? It's in the right place, just a few decades late. Here, maybe try giving it this. Maybe this will give it just enough energy to travel through back to where it needs to be. Obtain fresh water. Oh, but maybe make sure you stock up on items and stuff. It's probably in a hurry to get to the past. I doubt it will wait after you give it the water. But knowing your luck, it'll probably be fine. A quick jaunt into the past with no complications, and you befriend a legendary Pokemon in the process. Knowing my luck, I'd probably just get eaten by a Tyrantrum or something. When you're ready, you should give Celebi that water, but remember to stock up on items and stuff just in case. So let's go here then. No, I guess we're honestly fine. What about Revival Herb? Yeah, let me pause here. I'll see you guys in a second. I'm gonna go grab a few more actually, just in case. Alright, sorry about the pause there. Do you want to give Celebi more water? I don't get the point of just pouring water on it. I don't see how this benefits it at all, but I guess we'll just go with it. Celebi still looks weak, but it gets a glint in its eyes. Your surroundings start to fade away. Oh, I'm here too. That's not a good sign for how this is going to go. Oh, visitors. I'm very sorry, but I was just here to get some things. I can't give a sermon today, but if you just need food, help yourselves to the fruit downstairs. Our doors are always open, even if I am not present. Oh no, it's him. Okay, remember, be polite, watch your manners. He's gonna be a real stickler, just don't take it personally. Hello sir, we're very sorry to intrude as you were leaving. However, we have a Pokemon that urgently needs medical attention and... well, that does put me in a bind. I must really get home, but bring it here, I'll do what I can. Well, that's not Saurus. Probably the grandfather. Or, well, Saurus's dad, Taka's grandpa. But honestly, you know what it could be? Because I was about to say, he looks familiar. Reborn made a dev blog way before episode 19 was released. And it was a man with a brown, I guess, trench coat. And he was like smiling, and he was like happy and all. That's probably who that is then. Goodness, that Pokemon is dripping wet. Is it raining outside? I oh my, that's a Celebi. This is, well, it explains your clothes. Although some of it is familiar style, I have a scarf just like yours, but where are my manners? See, that's also really neat too. So that goes to show that possibly Saurus passed down his scarf to Taka. And potentially what, oh, I guess he says his name here. I am Tab Alcantara. I probably pronounced that wrong. But probably the trench coat that he has is maybe the same one that Saurus wears. I honestly have to look at some sprites. That actually may be the case. If that is true, then that's really cool to see. I oversee this temple. You knowing about Celebi saves us a lot of explaining. Oh, this is Alon, they're the important one. I'm just kind of along for the ride, apparently. Don't be like that. Look at this Pokemon. It barely got any energy left, and yet it spent what it had to bring you here along with your friend. I find Pokemon to be very important, to be very smart, and this Celebi clearly believes in you. So even when things seem dark and you can't have faith in yourself, have faith in that Celebi. So what's your name? Oh well, I'm Taka. It's nice to meet you, sir. I told you just call me Tab. And Taka, that's a fine name. If it had come to mind when my wife and I were debating baby names, perhaps we would have gone with that for our newborn. Your newborn? Ah, right. Yes, that's why I was leaving. I just came by to get my things. My son was born yesterday, so of course I'll need to be away from the temple for a while. It is truly a joyous occasion being blessed with a new life in the world. But enough about me. A legendary Pokemon has traveled through time for my aid. I can of course take the time needed to tend to it. Come here, little one, permit me to take a closer look at you. Have you tried giving it water? Apologies, a little joke, you clearly have. Twice by the looks of it. Good eye. This Celebi is not all here. It appears like it was somehow injured while traveling through time. In the process, fragments of its being were scattered throughout the timeline. The only way I can think of to fix this is the Relic Stone. A powerful artifact tied closely to Celebi. Unfortunately, that's all the way in the Ore region. Not an easy trip, even if you're not in an unfamiliar time period. The Relic Stone would call all fragments of Celebi into one place. However, I think I can be of some help. I have a garden downstairs mostly just to grow food from those who need it. But it is a holy place touched by Arceus. The fruit always grows well and is delicious, and it is serene, perfect for meditating. I suspect a location like that would be very appealing to Celebi. If this one spends more time down there, it should be able to attract at least some fragments. It won't fully heal it, but it should get it in much better shape. It should at least be strong enough to get you back home. I apologize, I cannot offer any more. No, thanks. This is still very helpful, sir. So do we just sit with Celebi under some trees, or... well, it would probably be easier to attract a fragment if it is meditating on its own. Alright, I guess we can read some books while we wait. Take care, Celebi. Come back upstairs if you need anything. And don't think about leaving without us. People will miss Alon back in the present. Taka, I'm sure people would miss you just as much. You both seem very kind traveling through time to help a Pokemon, but of course I do not expect you to sit around reading and discussing theology while you wait, though you are welcome to if you want to enjoy that. I notice you both appear to be Pokemon trainers. I must admit I don't find much time to battle, but well, with my son just born, this might be the last chance I have to battle for a while. I'll be so busy. Well, I'm pretty rusty to be honest, but not Alon. He's the champion. The champion, you say? From another region, or do we get a league in the future? You know, don't answer that. I probably shouldn't know. I doubt a humble man of the cloth will be much of a challenge for a champion of any region, but I hope I can at least help pass time while you wait. No pressure, of course. Feel free to look around, but speak to me if you feel like a battle alon. So father was born yesterday, and grandfather seems nice. This is a lot to take in. Honestly, watching a battle might take my mind off of how weird this all is. Yeah, true. To be fair, I will say this as well. Taka has always been one of my favorite characters in Reborn. I honestly don't know if he is an underrated character or not, but either way, he's always been one of my favorites. And it's like with the whole like Titania situation too. Like I, to an extent, understand what Titania was saying, but I agree more so with Taka that leaving Team Meteor and telling your own father, I do not want to be a part of any of this, nor do I really care about it. It's just rough, and it's really hard to get out of. And I mean, of course, when he tried to stand up for himself, he lost his eye for it, so yeah, it was just a really tough spot he was in. I don't know. I've just always liked Taka. If he's like this, why was father so... Sorry, just thinking. Good luck with the battle. I'm cheering for you. I mean, mostly. I do want to know if father being so skilled was a fluke, or if the skill runs in the family and my lack of it is just a fluke. Is the fluke, sorry. But I would assume his father became who he is because of the whole murder of Tob, of course. But I'll get into that a little bit later. A detailed handwritten encyclopedia of legendary Pokemon. The drawings are brilliant, but the handwriting is abysmal. A short book titled Gardening and You, How to Use Your Bug Types to Ingrain Your Crops and Double Your Growth. Somebody has expertly doodled a Rabombe on many of the pages. It's a stack of complicated looking religious textbooks. In the middle of the stack appears to be a magazine of some sort. Dragon Tamer Monthly. Don't miss our tell-all interview with Joseph Hazel. This interview is so dull it makes the textbook look like appealing reading. So I like that there's still the theme of the Emerald, Sapphire, Ruby, and Amethyst over here. That's really neat to see. I don't know, I've always been a fan of like the small things that games like add. So I'm definitely a big fan of that. Especially as well with the whole red scarf thing and all. And with the brown trench coat is what I'll call it. It's a book where visitors to the temple can write their thoughts. It's a page after page of people thanking Top for his hard work for the people and the Pokemon of the region. So I guess we'll talk to you then. Time to battle, is it? Well, I don't know if I can offer someone of your skill level a challenge, but I hope we can both have fun. Take your position. I hope you don't mind, I'm rather partial to double battles. I find it is the best way that my Pokemon, that my friends can really show off their teamwork. Good luck, champion of the future. Alright. I say Bidoof is more scary than Ferret. Let's Tailwind. Oh, it's got Follow Me. Okay. Sash. Okay. It's a little scary. Sky Uppercut and... I say double team the barrel. Oh, it's got Aqua Jet. I guess mainframe? BP Air Slash? I would assume not Rabombe, sorry. Meowstic is probably the right choice. Let's Meteor Mash and Reflect because of the barrel. Well, that sucks a little bit. I feel like that mattered quite a bit, honestly. It happens, though. Unless it's like Sash, I feel like we would have been able to take our Bombay. I guess we'll find out here. If it's not Sash, then it didn't really matter. Yeah, then that would have mattered, okay. I say Air Slash and, well, honestly I feel like Tailwind may be better and heal up Shimmer. That'll probably take his both out. Garchomp. I say Psychic Chatot? Actually, you know what? See, like, even like here, I just realized it now, there actually are more references, because Taka has a Chatot, and of course Solris has a Garchomp. That's so cool. I like that. That just cannot be a coincidence. I refuse to believe that's a coincidence. Of course. God, I'm getting really unlucky. Because I don't think Boom Burst... No way Boom Burst takes that thing out. Yeah, I gotta redo this. I just got really unlucky rolls there with RNG. I'll see you guys in a second. I'm gonna redo it. Alright, so let's try this again. Same thing, just do that, Tailwind. Man, I am just getting really unlucky. Actually, you know what, let's just Toxic. And just BP. That's fine. We'll just revive Sonar and Sanders. That makes me kind of curious though. Does Boom Burst like Oko Musharna? I just have a hard time believing that, to be honest. I mean, we're about to find out. I'll just bait a barrel to go for Aqua Jet for Sanders. Let me see this. Maybe it didn't matter. Maybe. Because that did a lot. Maybe. I'm gonna say Mega and BP here. And let's revive something because Shimmer's dead here. I was hoping that would take it out. Oh well, that works. That's a little scary, to be honest. Meteor Mash and revive Shimmer. I say Psychic Lucario. I'm surprised Mainframe even took an Earthquake at like half. That's pretty surprising. Air Slash, just double team it. So that's how. This should do a decent amount. Might take it out. Does not take it out, okay. Did far less than I thought it would. I don't know, that Earthquake doesn't seem to do a lot. But yeah, overall, this battle really isn't that bad. Marvelous, I can feel your Pokemon's friendship. But you know it's also something to kind of like add to it though? To be fair, even though like it's not like that bad, Tob compared to like actual like Pokemon champions, Tob absolutely decimates any of them. There's like no challenge. That's just kind of like wild to think about with like the levels that they are, you know, if I'm being like 120. Honestly, like even like another fun thing to think about, pretty much most if not all champions within like official Pokemon games are around, I would say the absolute lowest, maybe 6 to 9. Like 6th gym leader, 7th, 8th, 9th gym leader. They're kind of around that level, I believe. I maybe 6 a little too low, but just something I kind of thought about too. Of course, like it does depend on like their team, but like it's kind of just like wild to think about that they're around like that level as well. Even going a little bit further with that, like the Elite Four of Reborn just absolutely just decimates any other official games Elite Four and their champions as well. Just kind of cool thing to think about. Marvelous, I can feel your Pokemon's friendship. I know it doesn't really matter because it's not like this is like an official Pokemon game, of course, but still kind of cool to think about nonetheless. You have quite the team. That was intense. Even if we had a Pokemon League, I doubt I could ever challenge it. These guys are the first 6 Pokemon I've ever met. After making such good friends, I couldn't bring myself to battle with any others. It's actually really cool, because I was kind of curious, like, how come the Furret, the Bibarel, and all of that, but I guess pretty much he's had them for like a long time, so that's really cool to think about. Wow, I mean, even if you lost, that was amazing. You're an incredible trainer. No, I don't think I'm particularly special. I just have amazing Pokemon. I've been with these guys since I was just a kid. I couldn't be happier with them. But I got so caught up, let's head downstairs to check on Celebi. He had a Chatot too. When Father gave me a Chatot egg, I just assumed he found it somewhere. Do you think he... Never mind, let's go downstairs. Yeah, I brought that up earlier. I really do believe like the egg may have came from Tob's Chatot, potentially. Maybe even the same with Solrus Garchomp, his main Pokemon may have came from Tob's Garchomp and it had an egg. Maybe. It's kind of a stretch, I guess, but I think it's very possible that that is the case. So I guess with that, let's continue on here. When he said he had a garden down here, I wasn't expecting a full orchard. There's enough fruit on these trees to feed like a whole city. I guess everyone in my family has done great things but me. Hello again, Alon. Again, champion of the future. I have good news and bad news. The good news is Celebi was able to attract a number of its temporal fragments. The bad news is those fragments appear to not be too friendly. That poor Pokemon looks like it's about to go on a rampage. I hate to ask this of you after we just battled, but my Pokemon are in no condition to fight, and a battle should tire Celebi out enough to bring it back to its senses. You should have no trouble with this after that showing before, though. I'm sure Celebi believes in you too. Go on ahead. I guess we go back home after we get Celebi under control. It's a shame that this place was replaced by the League. I wonder what happened to all these plants. Yeah, true. It's kind of a shame to think about. But that's just what time does. It just changes things. The poor Pokemon, but I have every faith you can bring it back to its senses. I guess to be fair, it's not really time changing, it's just people that change. And things that change. Alright, so let me go on ahead and re-heal the team just in case. Save here. And let's go help out Celebi. Celebi is thrashing about. It looks like it isn't in control. The temporal fragments lash out. For a moment. I'm gonna toxic just in case. Never mind. Yeah, I kinda wanna toxic as soon as we can. Please. There we go. Because this guy is a little bit scary. Probably Sonar is the best choice. Since I'm asleep, let me just take advantage of this and re-heal somebody. Might as well. That did nothing. Just do that and revive it again. Honestly, I got a feeling that this may just be like toxic stall. I mean, I guess we'll check out the other Celebi and see how it goes, but I may just end up pausing. And I guess it's just multiple Celebis then? I guess? Question mark? Oh. Yeah, honestly, let me just pause here. I'll see you guys in a moment. Alright, so that should be it for this. Unless there's more to it. Celebi looks much healthier. It doesn't seem fully recovered yet, but it is in control and full of energy. Great job as always, Alon. You're a battling machine. Indeed, that was spectacular. To think you could calm it down with just a good fight. Wait, you're the one that said that would work. That does sound like something I would say, but I've also not slept in 2 days. Big bro moment. Well, thanks again for helping us out so much, Mr. Tob. I guess now that it's a lot healthier, Celebi will take us home. I imagine so, although it's not at full strength, so Celebi may need to rest a little on the way if it's a particularly big jump. I hope you can find a solution to fully healing it back in your time. You've already helped a lot. We're sorry to keep you from your newborn for so long. Don't worry, it was my pleasure to aid such fine people as well as helping out a legendary Pokemon. Taking the time to help those in need. That's the kind of man I want my son to grow up to be anyway. If I can't do that myself, what example am I setting? But of course, I am not worried. I have the most wonderful wife and a whole region of honest, hard-working, and friendly people around us. Lord Arceus smiles down upon my son. I have every faith he will grow into a far better man than I could ever hope to be. Why, I'm sure that however far in the future you are from, even if it is the past that my life of... I read that all wrong. Even if it is the past the life of my son, his name lives on. Phoenix will be the brightest star in the sky, guiding the region to a better future. No. No, don't tell me. It's not my place to know the future. Guess it's time to go along. See, like, that's something that's, like, really unfortunate that I want to get into. Let me start with this. Solrus is also one of my favorite characters in Reborn. People may say, well, he's a bad person, he's done bad things. Yeah, true. He makes a good villain. That's just like my thing. Like, I can appreciate a good hero just as much as a good villain, you know? But Solrus, in my eyes, he has always had good intentions. And I believe his heart was in the right place. Well, maybe not good intentions. Let me backtrack there. His heart was in the right place, but because his overall goal was to get Arceus to pretty much fix everything, to create a world that people don't get hurt in, and just overall help Reborn. Similar to what his father has done. I feel like Solrus, in a sense, has always wanted to like make his father proud and be just like him. But there's a big difference between Solrus and his goals and Tob and his goals. The goal is the same thing. It's pretty much the execution. What needs to be done is where the two of them differ and went two separate ways to go about it. Because Tob is all about, we gotta help people, have a strong community, and that is how we create good. But Solrus, on the other hand, after, you know, the person murdered Tob, his mother, and all of that, that probably made him fall down into a whole different path. And his ideal way of making his father proud and to still worship Arceus and stuff like that is pretty much everything and everyone is unclean. I pretty much want to wipe the slate clean, and we will create a world that is much better than what Reborn is now. That is what I believe Solrus pretty much wanted to do. Again, I feel his heart was in the right place, but imagine if Team Meteor, or Solrus, or well, Solrus is the leader of Team Meteor. Like, let's just say the whole Lyn stuff never happened. Instead of Solrus doing what he's done, imagine if Solrus, instead of him going down that path, would have used Team Meteor to pretty much help out the region get back on its feet again. Pretty much what Tob would have done. Then Solrus would have been seen in a whole different light. But that's just not what happened, and that's just what makes it really unfortunate and sad. I understand that the death of Tob, by him being murdered, changed Solrus. I get that, that's why he changed, and pretty much him saying, look, if you're part of Team Meteor and you're for the cause, you will have a spot in the new world. But if you are not a part of this, you are against us and you will not have a place in our world. That's just kind of how I see it. Maybe I could have worded it better, but that's how I kind of see it. It was my honor to meet the both of you. May Arceus make your journey home a safe one. We should go now. I don't know, it's just really sad to kind of like think about, you know, because like, imagine if Tob knew what his son was gonna be. And what's gonna, you know, I don't think Tob would be more so worried about him and him getting murdered. I don't think so. I mean, maybe, who knows, but like, just imagine if like Tob's seen what his son has done. Just really, really sad to think about. Because again, his son is pretty much what caused the earthquakes, everything to just be bad in Reborn. It was all because of his son. It's really sad to think about. Celebi seems full of energy and ready to go. Do you want to travel through time again? You once again feel your surroundings fade away around you as Celebi brings you forward through time. Oh, so we're not done. Well, Tob did say though that it may stop somewhere else, so yeah. Well, it could be the end because we're in the league and maybe we just walk out. Let's just see what happens. Phoenix. That was his name, you know. Father, I mean. Saurus was just a code name for all the meteor stuff. Wait, this is so high up. Where even are we? Oh wait, Celebi can only take us through time, not space. So if we're after the league was built, I guess this is one of the Elite Four rooms. Must be Heather's, I guess. Do you think she's here? Wait, crap, nobody told me we had challengers today. I didn't even have time to prepare a dramatic entrance. Oh well, this will probably work. Oh, that's definitely not Heather since it says it right there. Probably her mother then. Well crap, I actually made the jump. Usually I have to scramble to send out a Pokemon to catch me before I plummet to my death. Hello, I am Elena Molinar, Elite Four Extraordinaire, and... wait. If that funky onion is a seventh Pokemon, we don't allow that. And we certainly don't allow spectators. Who let the two of you in here? Oh, we're still in the past, this is. Speak up, I can't hear a word you're saying. It's super windy up here, almost like that's a key part of how I battle or something. Ah, right, well, hi there, Miss Molinar. This is Alon, and my name is Taka. The, Funky Onion is a Pokemon that can sort of travel through time. We're from the future, but it's not strong enough to make it back there in one jump, so we just need to wait a bit while it recovers enough energy to take us home. We can just hang out over here while... we'll try not to disturb you, sorry. You expect me to believe that that Pokemon... I read that wrong. You expect me to believe that the Pokemon, the Onion, is some... God, I can't read. You expect me to believe that the Onion is some kind of Pokemon... I read that wrong again. Kind of time travel Pokemon. I've never heard of a water type that can do anything like that. Oh, because of the water bottles. I don't think it's a water type Pokemon. It's literally dripping wet. Either that is a water type Pokemon or somebody has dumped 2 or 3 bottles of water. Good eye as well. I like how we're just silent about it. At least Celebi's happy. Alright, fine. If you're really from the future, how far? Maybe around 15 years, give or take a bit? Fine, fine. If you're from the future, then tell me. Oh, what's the Bye-Bye Zone ward like? They just drew up plans to incorporate the area into the city. They want it to be super swanky. Swanky, I've actually never heard of that word. If I'm even pronouncing that right. Luxury apartments and that whole deal. How'd that turn out? I'm not sure we should tell... Oh, I know. What about the Tourmaline train line? Does it still have its reputation for 24/7 service, always on time? I really don't think... Oh, how about Calcinon and Labradora? Who are the gym leaders? I know Caroline and Monty want their daughters to succeed them, but knowing those two, they'll probably cling on to their titles until one of the kids can actually beat them. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that is the mother and father of, Saphra, Charlotte, and Laura, if I'm not mistaken? Oh, actually. Okay, last question. Who is the champion? Oh, well, that's actually Alon. Bull crap it is. Hey, show me your trainer card. Elena snatches your trainer card away from you before you can react. Huh, the date on here. And I mean, that's 18 badges, even though I don't recognize most of them. You really are from the future champion. That's pretty wild. I think I read that wrong as well, sorry. Here's your trainer card back, sorry about that. So I guess you believe us now. I mean, I've seen weirder things. Try to think about how the geography of any of these Elite Four rooms work for like 10 seconds. Good point. Same with like Titania's gym too. Have no clue how that works either. I guess magnets? I like you, kid. Now here's the thing, I could just let you chill out for a while, you wait for the onion to get its strength back, but as I'm sure you are very well aware, I don't plan to retire until I'm an old hag. If you're the champion in the future, you've beaten me in a battle once before, and I have a responsibility to make sure I've not gone soft in the future. Talk to me when you're ready to lose champion. She's pretty intense, I know we can't tell her, but it's just sad. Yeah, true, because of like the whole birth thing that happened. Really sad to think about. Celebi appears to be excited to watch you battle. She's so full of life too, and in the blink of an eye, not even 5 years from now. Yeah. It's just really unfortunate. But, I think what I'm gonna do is, since there seems to be more to the past, we'll do these episodes with the Celebi quest in parts. So this will be part 1, and the next episode will be part 2, and then we'll see if we need to do a part 3 or not, because I don't know if this is gonna be long or not, so yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, definitely do appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Good morning.